Marvel Rivals goes back in time, and Helldivers 2 just got a whole lot buggier. But that's a good thing. So let's helldive in. Don't you just hate it when you try to stab a cherry tomato with your fork, only to end up pushing it around your plate while your family watches in silent judgment? Well, let me tell you that Marvel Rivals just got a new hero, whose kit centers exactly around that. Angela is the first of two new heroes that mark the beginning of Season 4. She will be joined by Daredevil mid-season in the 4.5 update. While Angela's playstyle centers around crowd control and defense, Daredevil will play a more offensive role. The season also brings updates in the known scope of things, with the new dynamically changing Kunlun map, new story and lore. This time, however, they also add new gameplay modes like the free fight without hero restrictions and Conquest, a KO mode. But the most important part of this update is the addition of a new or old platform, the PlayStation 4, with full crossplay support. So if you have friends still playing on their beloved PS4, you can now finally play together when the update goes live on September 12th. Another week, another Helldivers 2 update. These guys sure are busy. This update pushes the fight deep into Terminate Hive worlds. Planets completely reshaped by bugs, covered in acid lakes and wrapped in toxic clouds. Sounds like a lovely field trip, don't forget your insect repellent. The biggest twist of the update is the addition of underground cave systems. These claustrophobic tunnels are pitch dark, filled with nests and crawling with new threats. They also changed the gameplay, as you can't rely on aerial support underground, meaning no orbital strikes or reinforcements, unless you're lucky enough to find a hole in the ceiling. Players will need to rely on their main weapons, ammo management and, most importantly, teamwork. So basically, you're screwed. To keep things interesting, the update introduces new enemies such as the Dragon Roach, a flying terminate that spits burning acid, and several burrowing variants that ambush players from below. And that's just an appetizer, as even bigger threats like Hive Lords have been teased. So yeah, if you want to scratch that exterminator itch, the update is live right now. With March of Giants, we finally get to see what it would look like if we could command an entire ant colony to our liking. It's being developed by Amazon Games Montreal and blends classic lane battler MOBA gameplay with RTS elements in 4v4 battles. Instead of champions, players command huge giants, super soldiers who act as both frontline fighters and battlefield generals. 15 are planned, with 10 available at launch and 5 unlockable through challenges. Each brings a distinct role, from damage dealers to support specialists. The twist is scale. Every giant leads armies of thousands of tiny AI soldiers. It plays in a steampunk-style city scarred by endless war. Layered on top are battleworks, deployable trenches, bunkers and tanks that reshape the map on the fly. Unlike traditional 3-lane MOBAs, matches can therefore unfold on a shifting frontline where positioning and team coordination matter most. There is a closed alpha until September 12th, so if you're interested, you can request access on Steam right now. From the land that gave us the biggest nopes on Earth, yes, obviously Australia, comes Macabre, a co-op stealth extraction horror game by WeForge Studio in Sydney. Set inside a collapsing time rift, players scavenge resources, solve objectives, and escape before the dimension swallows them whole. So far, so good. But the twist lies in the survival, which depends on stealth and teamwork, not firepower. Up to 4 players sneak through procedurally generated maps filled with shifting weather, eerie landscapes, and randomized objectives. Lurking in every run is the Crawler, a shape-shifting predator that adapts to your behavior. Hide in the same spot too often or repeat tricks and it will learn to counter you. The game's extraction loop is similar to Hunt Showdown or Tarkov. Gather loot, complete missions, and reach an extraction point before the rift collapses. However, the social dynamics add another layer. With integrated voice chat, your group can play tactics together, or even betray each other for a bigger cut, creating a mix of trust and paranoia. This is surely gonna test some friendships when the game launches into Steam Early Access on September 29th. Borderlands 4 is just a week away, and we finally have a picture of the roadmap ahead. Turns out, keeping the base game under $80 is easy if you just push the rest into paid DLCs. These paid DLCs kick off in early 2026, with 2 big story packs, each adding full story missions, side quests, loot, and, that's the big elephant in the room, 2 new Vault Hunters. The first DLC, Mad Alley and the Vault of the Damned, centers around cosmic horror and brings Ellie back in the spotlight. But there will also be free updates like weekly challenges with guaranteed legendary drops, as well as the return of Maurice's black market machine for rotating loot hunt. And talking about legendary, a new rarity will also come to the game early 2026, called Pearlescent, with power levels way beyond legendary. Mayhem guaranteed. Finally, seasonal mini-events will add limited time rewards, starting with Horrors of Kairos in October. We just hope the content doesn't end up spread thinner than butter on a toast that is way too big for its own good. Anno 117 is just 2 months away, and from the latest tech demos, it looks like we won't need heating this winter. Our PCs will do the job running the game. Jokes aside, we're genuinely hyped. Co-op will work similar to Anno 1800, letting you play competitively or even share one empire and split the workload, which we found surprisingly fun. And if you're curious, there's a demo on Steam right now, limited to 1 hour of play or until you hit tier 2, whichever comes first. We already talked about the Wuxia-inspired MMORPG Sword of Justice in previous episodes, and now there will be a first closed beta at the end of September. You can sign up on their official website if you're interested. And if you don't have time, don't worry, we will cover it if we get in. And yet another game that added consoles and crossplay to its roster, Void Crew. And don't worry, this time it's not that far back in the past. So no Game Boy Advance, but the latest Xbox and PlayStation generations instead. So you can now play this chaotic roguelite with up to 5 friends on whatever platform you like best. But that's all for this week. We wish you a lot of fun in whatever game you're playing, with or without crossplay, and we'll see you again in the next one.